Hey friends, welcome back to another video. Today's video is kind of a different one. It's going to be somewhat of a devotional, but really it's just a peek into a conversation that I had last night with my husband that I thought was so good, and I really just wanted to share with you guys. So before I get started, I do want to mention one little thing, and that is if you are not signed up for the weekly happy mail that I send out every single Monday, I did announce a very fun announcement this past Monday, and that was the course that I am creating for taking back your voice, learning how to use your voice, and really putting passion and purpose and confidence in your voice. That course that I am developing right now is hopefully going to be launching this month in September, and so I'm super excited about it. So if you want updates for that, make sure that you are subscribed to that weekly newsletter, and the newsletter is happy mail because it's happy, and I send you a devotional every single week, and then just fun resources like my favorite worship songs, great recipes, great books that I'm loving to read. So just fun resources that kind of pursue wholeness and faith, and just really what this channel is about is all in a little weekly happy mail newsletter. And so if you're not signed up for that, you can actually go to my website, makennahorn.com. Super simple. You just enter in your name and your email, and that will sign you up to start getting these free, sweet little happy mail newsletters every Monday to start your week off with. And you will be the first to know about the updates on the course, which I'm so excited about. So now that we got that out of the way, I want to talk about this conversation that I had with my husband, Kyle, last night. And it was just such a good, rich conversation that I really wanted to share with you guys today. And so that is what we are going to do. So kind of how we got onto this topic of conversation was we were just talking about how easy it is in today's time of having all of this like entertainment and distraction all at our fingertips, and how we really have to be such incredible stewards of our time and being intentional with that, because it's so easy, right? Like, come on, it is so easy to get distracted on our phones or watching a show or whatever it is. And so we were talking about that in context with having a relationship with Jesus, and really going from that relationship where it's just like, yeah, we love Jesus, and more like surface level of a relationship, and we're kind of thinking about how did we get to the place that we're at now, which is really having a flourishing like partnership, friendship, relationship with the Lord, where it's not just like how it used to be for us, but it's deep and it's intimate, and it's powerful. And so we were talking about how did we how we came to this point, and it's always developing. It's not like we've arrived or anything like that, but we were just so thankful for where we're at in our walk with the Lord. And so we're just kind of reflecting on that. I was saying to Kyle last night, like, you don't just drift into a relationship with the Lord, right? I don't know if you guys have heard of the book The Slight Edge. I actually haven't read it, but it is on my list of books that I want to read. But basically the whole idea is that it's this concept that we don't just go nowhere. Like, we're either drifting to one side or the other. And so if you want to go somewhere, it's like talking about small daily habits that will kind of move the needle to the side that you're wanting to go on, because we don't just like stay in the same lane. We're either drifting slowly over here, or we're drifting into the place that we wanted to be. And it just takes that like really small needle moving action every single day. I was just thinking about that. Like, we don't just drift into a relationship with the Lord. And kind of how do you get to that deep connection? How do you get to a place where you feel like He's actually leading your life, and it's not just like this distant thing that you think you believe in, or you believe in, but it's like a real relationship with God, that you are talking with Him and praying and partnering with Him to do the work that He wants done on the earth. Like, how do you get there? Kind of what it takes, what the sacrifice is. And I was thinking about, for me, some of the sacrifice, and I say sacrifice, and I'll kind of tell you what I mean by that, but some of that has been for me like, okay, in this season of my life, I've got 2 little girls. I don't have a lot of time for sitting around and watching TV. Like, if I want to move the needle in my relationship with the Lord, for me, that looks like reading books that stir my faith, making time to read the Bible, making time to pray, making time to worship, making time to just talk to Jesus, and making that a real intentional thing in my day. And so we don't just like drift to that place. And so that's kind of what I was wanting to get across today and just giving you a peek into this conversation of what is it worth to you to have a relationship with God that is so intimate that you feel like is actually flourishing? What is that worth to you? And what things do you feel like you're going to have to put down? Honestly, I say entertainment because I think that's a big one in everybody's life right now. What is it worth to you to have a relationship with the Lord that is totally flourishing? What is it worth to give up? And is it worth TV time to instead read a book or listen to a podcast or do something that really encourages your faith? Listening to an interview or watching somebody that really inspires you, and so when I say sacrifice, I feel like a lot of times we can often fall into this mindset of, well, if I say this because I did feel this, and in the beginning of my relationship with the Lord, this is what I struggled with, was I felt like, well, yeah, I really want a relationship with the Lord, but I don't want to give up partying, and I don't want to give up, A, B, and C, whatever my college life looked like at that point. And so I realized, even though that felt like a sacrifice or felt like that was something that I was giving up, you have to be able to give that stuff up. That doesn't actually fuel you or light your spirit on fire or, really pump you up. It doesn't really do any of that, but it feels safe and it feels like a comfort zone. And so when you're in that spot and you're thinking, oh, well, I really want, this over here, but I don't want to give this up. Like, this is fun, or this is easy, or this is nice, I just wanted to encourage you that when you do decide whatever it is that you feel like maybe the Lord's putting on your heart or asking you to set down for a season, when you do that, you gain so much. And it's like we only get to this place in a relationship with the Lord that's growing and is developing and is evolving on a constant basis. We only get there by, the Bible says, like, taking up your cross and walking with Jesus. And sometimes that looks like saying no to the world and what the world has to offer, and realizing what Jesus has to offer me is so much more, rewarding, is so much more fulfilling than anything over on this side that I thought was fulfilling me, but really wasn't. So I just kind of wanted to encourage you guys with that, we don't just drift into a relationship with the Lord. And sometimes it's going to look like, okay, in this season of my life, I really don't have time for watching a bunch of TV. I know that I want to grow these relationships in my life and this, with the Lord. And so I just don't have time for that right now. And at first, I feel like I might have thought like, oh, what a bummer. But now I'm just like, oh, but I get to do all of this stuff with Jesus and it's so fun and it's the best, yes. And so I just want to encourage you, if you feel that tension of you really want a true, deep relationship with the Lord, but you don't want to give up everything over here in this other hand that you're holding on to, I just want to encourage you and speak life over you and tell you, if you'll just drop this other stuff that is making you feel that tension, if you just drop it, I promise you, you will not regret spending more time with God and learning His heart and learning the plans that He has for you. It's so much more fun and it's so much more fulfilling to say, yes, Jesus, I will drop anything to follow you, anything. And when you get to that place, it's just like, I don't know why I thought all of this stuff was going to be better than having a relationship with you, because it's just not. So that was kind of our conversation. And so I just wanted to put that in your hearts. And if you're feeling that tension of maybe not wanting to give something up, I just want to encourage you, just try it and see what happens and make time to really be intentional with diving into your relationship with the Lord, because I can tell you, you will not regret one single second. If there's anything that I think that we will say at the end of our lives, it is, one, I will never regret spending time with my kids. They are what I will pour into forever. I could make a different video about that. And two, I will never regret spending more and investing more time into my relationship with the Lord. I just never will. But I will have regrets about scrolling my phone for an hour, or mindlessly watching TV for hours and hours, or whatever it is, whatever that kind of comfort zone might be, or that thing that you numb out on. I just want to encourage you, we'll never regret spending our time and energy into a relationship with God. So yeah, I hope that that really encourages you and kind of gets you thinking and stirs your faith, because that is what I'm here for, is to partner with you on your journeys with the Lord. And so I really hope that was helpful. And if you did resonate with it, let me know down in the comments and let me know kind of what your thoughts are, you know, where you're kind of at and how that resonated in your heart. I love when you guys share your heart and I get to kind of develop those relationships with you guys. It's so fun. And I just love the community that we are building here. It's just the best. And so if you resonated, leave a comment down below. If you would like this video, it really does support my channel. So I'd super appreciate that. And if you think of somebody that you think that this video would bless, send this link to them and pass it on and be that encouragement in somebody else's day, to see your guys' hearts and where you guys are at in your relationships with the Lord. It's just so fun to talk about and encourage you guys along the journey. And so I hope that this video was an encouragement to you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, friends.